Welcome back to Andy's Old Bikes. Today we're going to do the continuation of rebuilding the forks on the B50. We've got all the parts in and we'll just get to work and start putting them together. So today I have my assistant Izzy. Hi Izzy. Hi. Izzy's going to show you the most important things that we need when we're doing such jobs. Izzy.
It's the workshop manual and the parts manual.
And why do we need those, Izzy?
So you can see all the parts that you need and make sure there's none missing, and it tells you what to do. Excellent.
Okay, we've got all our parts laid out in front of us, so we know that we've got all the parts. We've had the forks cleaned by Woody at Hydroblast, and Woody has done an excellent job. Once again, these will not be polished. That is how they're going to go on the bike. We also polished the fork sliders, the fork tubes, but we did find that they had been clamped in a vise, not by us, and marked. And as we spoke about before, the owner of this bike doesn't want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars restoring it, but wants pretty much a sympathetic restoration with a nice paint job. So we're going to reuse these. I probably wouldn't use them in my bike, but each to their own. So we've got the parts here and we will start assembling them.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're watching our book, are we, Izzy?
Yeah.
And the parts go on pretty easily. We've fitted a new O-ring already. So what we'll do, we'll lubricate the O-ring up first so that it slides into the fork tube nice and easily. Way you go, Iz. Let's have some oil. Squirt some oil onto the O-ring, please.
This bit?
Yep. More. Beautiful. So we've got a little bit of oil in the O-ring. We can talk as much as we like, because later on, if we don't like it,
We
edit it, gone. But we did all this yesterday, and
that got stuck onto this.
yeah. So we've already done one. So this is the second one that we're going to do. That's correct. So, or a spanner.
Because we've tried yesterday, but we couldn't find it.
We looked for one yesterday all over, but we have a Whitworth shifter, and we will just nip that up. It's not going anywhere. So once we've got this internal part fitted, we can, we need to put our little rubber washer on, and this sits between here and the inside of the fork leg. So we do a special little trick when we're getting it in there. Yep. We're going to use a bit of caramel. We'll call it caramel grease, and Izzy will stick that on for us.
Perfect.
So that's perfect now. So that will get our washer perfect. So our washer will stay on while we slide this into the leg.
But we've got to make sure we don't hit it.
We've got to make sure that we don't knock it against anything so that it stays on there.
Just maybe the hardest bit. Now we'll do this.
Where's the nut? Oh, the little screw. So we have a little screw. Whoop.
That was close to losing.
That was close to losing that.
I remember when I held it.
Right. So we just nip this up. What do we need to hold this, do you think?
We need, so what we do is we put that giant screwdriver in there and it can't move.
Right, so thank you, Izzy.
But it doesn't work with my finger.
Won't work with your finger, probably break your finger off.
Yeah. And you just push them together.
Much quicker than yesterday. We've just got the fork seal to put in now. So
and then some oil.
Some oil. Izzy will squirt some oil on to our fork tube.
That's enough.
And a little bit on our seal. Oh, yeah. Izzy doesn't really know what a little bit is, but that's okay.
Yes, I do. Well, it's better not to scratch it.
But the last thing is we're going to put the dust cover on.
Pop that on.
Well,
And then, then we put this spring on.
where's the spring go is?
That's not in order. We put this spring right in there.
So, there you have it. Is it child's play? Is it child's play?
I don't know.
It is. You did it easy. Thank you. Remember we checked that?
Yeah,
Got the dirt out.
we wipe the dirt out. Probably best to do it before you put in the bike.
Yes, very good tip.
Otherwise it will get really dirty. So did you get to this today or yesterday?
No, we did that yesterday.
No, this new one.
No, yesterday. We had it.
Oh, so we had 2 packets of it.
Yep.
Yeah. So when were you going to need the stuff out?
Soon. So, now we have both fork legs ready to go. Now, I just will show you this. If you can see those marks there,
There's lines there.
yeah, and above it a little bit, see those little clamp marks?
Yeah.
That's because somebody's clamped it in a vise without the soft jaws in. That's the hard jaws
Right there.
clamping on it. So hopefully we can turn that around so you won't see it. There's also a couple more marks up there.
Right there.
Yep. We did not do that. This was done prior by some other butcher pulling these apart and putting them back together. And we all know that Izzy's not a butcher. She's like a little school kid, so she's not a butcher. So she's not even at school. So we've got both our forks prepared. They're both assembled, and we need to put them back into the bike. So here we have the bike. So we need to install the triple trees into the bike before we can put the forks in. So first up, we will have to put the spaces for the bearings in, put the bearings in, put the triples in, and then we'll install the forks. So on a B50, we have spaces that go underneath the bearings. So these have to be put in first. Give that a knock down. Very easy.
There's very little parts in motorbikes that you cannot use.
Okay.
I just said that you cannot use, and I was supposed to say that you cannot lose.
Very good. So, now we've got to put our bearings into the head stem, and yeah. Yep. We'll just have a little bit of a cold snack before Izzy gets back. She's got some vital components for the head stem. Cheers.
That is freezing cold.
Great. Great work. Yep.
No, you want to come in the video.
Okay, so what we did earlier, we put our bearings into the freezer to shrink them down so that they go in, they're tucked in very easily. So we gently persuade the bearing shells into the frame. They do go in a lot easier once you've frozen them. They become that little bit smaller so that they go in a lot easier.
They also freeze your hands.
They freeze your hands. So, Izzy, let's show everyone how to put grease on the bearings. So what we do is you get some grease, we're going to pack them by hand. Put the grease down into there until it comes out all the way into there. I don't know why I'm doing it and why Izzy's not doing it. So then we're going to keep forcing it into that groove until it comes out down in between. Collect it from inside, push it in there. This is fun, isn't it? Yeah. We're going to push it in, we've got to put lots of grease, yeah, we've got to put lots of grease in. That grease has to be all the way in. So, you do that one, I'll do the other one.
Yeah.
Are you really looking? Okay, we've come to a little bit of a standstill. As usual in this workshop, we put something down, and I'm sure most of you guys are exactly the same. We put it down, we look for 3 or 4 hours, sometimes days, looking for the one bolt we're missing. So today, the bolt we're missing is the bolt that holds the trees together. So without that, we cannot put the trees in. And Izzy is looking for it. Yeah. Well, you don't look like you're looking very much. Yeah. You found it in the book, but where is it?
I'm just looking what it looks like.
So, hours later, if anyone can see it, just let me know. Oh, cold snack. We'll just sort that out. Sometime later, we found it. Okay, with a lot of mucking around and mucking about, we have got the forks back in. We will replace on these or get them chromed or something, dress them up a little bit, maybe even buy new ones. I've got to find out what's going on here with the spacer, but other than that, it's fitting together quite nice. The fork legs don't look too bad once they're in. Can kind of hide most of the crap parts. There's a bit of a blemish there on it, but we'll spin them around a little bit and see if we can hide most of the wear, most of the bite marks from the vise that we did not do. Yeah, so once again, you've got to be really careful with these. Once you put them in a vise, make sure you got your soft jaws in, and yeah, just be really careful with them. These forks have come up, the fork legs have come up brilliant. Thanks to Woody from Woody's Hydroblast. Does an awesome job. Yeah, just makes everything look brand new again. They're not even going to get a polish, I'm just going to clean them up. And yeah, we'll leave them like that. Just while we're talking about not polishing or polishing, once again, these are parts that I've had hydroblasted at Woody's, and basically I don't have to touch them. That's the finish that we're going to leave. We're not doing a Concords restoration or anything. We're doing a restoration. We're using all the old parts as much as we can, and we're restoring the old parts. So these are the old levers. They've still got nicks out of the ends of them, but they look brand new, apart from the wear and tear, which so it shows that it has been ridden, and these are the original parts. Switch blocks are the original parts. All the levers and that are the original parts, so they'll definitely be going back on it. Here's the coil box, the electrical box to go back on. That's all had a clean. The axle retainers, the bottom of the forks. So yeah, this is a great indication of just the excellent work that Woody's Hydroblast does. All our stuff goes there to be cleaned. We get it cleaned and then we'll polish it and get it cleaned again, but this is an absolute must if you're restoring anything, just to take it down there and get it done. Thanks for watching, guys. This fork rebuild that we did today was a bit unconventional. We did have young Izzy helping us and showing you the most important things, like having a workshop manual and having a parts manual. Izzy's quite bright, so a lot of you may struggle still with this, but if you do, just refer back to the video and I'm sure Izzy will be able to point you in the right direction. So this is our finished product today. We've got the forks in. Hopefully tomorrow we'll tackle the swing arm and try to get it in. thanks again for watching, guys. See you tomorrow, next week, whenever we can post another video.